Hello and welcome to Little Home in the Universe. This is our week-long series where we create dishes that will layer into other dishes, aka we're doing some of the work early on and while we're cooking certain dishes so that as we progress throughout the week, our cooking is just easier and becomes more kind of natural. As you may have seen with the welcome introduction video that I did, I don't really believe in specific sides for certain things, so I have just kind of generically done sides, for instance, dark greens or potato and something other. I have the list here of what we've created this week. You'll see that yes, I forgot to do one. I only did 6, not 7. So have a day of leftovers. It's the first time that we're doing this, okay? With that being said, if you have anything that you want to incorporate into your week-long meal, let me know. We will be doing these videos once a month. The basis for this week is Caesar salad dressing. So I've posted a link here, somewhere around here. You can find it. We'll be incorporating Caesar salad dressing in multiple dishes throughout the week, beginning with a roast chicken. If you do not feel like making Caesar salad dressing, don't beat yourself up. Go to the store and purchase one of those refrigerated creamy Caesar salad dressings and then bump that up with a little bit of garlic, if you please. There are a fair amount of things that you can kind of substitute. So for instance, the roast chicken, we're using Caesar salad dressing instead of butter, right? So you can use butter instead of the Caesar salad. The roast chicken itself, though, we're using that 3 different times this week. So we'll roast the chicken and eat it on that first day. Then we'll take its bones and we'll make a broth, this beautiful kind of Italian broth that I put mushrooms and tomatoes and some escarole in, and then a little bit of couscous or pasta. And then I take the drippings you'll see and I roll those into croutons on a day further down the road, wherever Caesar salad is. And we season our croutons with the drippings from the chicken, and then we build a beautiful Caesar salad. So you'll see this is how we're starting to learn to layer our meals so that we have easier dinners that we can throw together. Another one, for instance, is the schnitzel that we're going to make on day 3. We're going to cook all of our dark green. In my case, it's escarole. In your case, it could be spinach or Swiss chard. Again, go to the grocery store and don't have a hard, fast idea of what you have to get in the mindset of the vegetable. We'll learn how to incorporate what we have into our sides, right? We're going to, yes. I forgot to mention there's little times next to everything here, so you can skip ahead to where the next menu recipe idea item is. So if you want to skip ahead, use those times. Okay. Let's get started with a whole roast chicken. That's me holding a whole roast chicken. So to about 4 tablespoons of our Caesar salad dressing, I'm adding a tablespoon of thyme. I'm going to stick my finger underneath the skin and just open it up. If you end up tearing the skin, it's okay. This is for you. We're not presenting this to the Queen of France. I don't even know if she's still alive. Is there a Queen of France? Anywho, now slap that stuff, Caesar salad dressing, underneath the skin. Also, you saw I put a little salt in there. Don't forget the back side, so that's what we're doing now. Massage it down into that leg. And then to raise everything up, we're putting all of our vegetables. We're going to plop a couple onions into that, and then we're going to put this whole thing into a 375-degree oven. That's very important, for 15 minutes. After which we will acid it. So this is one of those things that's crucial for successful roast chicken. It's cooking at 375 degrees for 15 minutes, then splashing acid on it, then roasting it until it's done. We're shooting for 160 degrees. It will carry up to 165. If that makes you nervous, just cook it to 165, and then allowing it to rest for a very long time. So I'm going to let mine rest for at least an hour to an hour and a half. Whoa, yes, you heard that correctly. At least an hour to an hour and a half. At that point, the chicken, correct, will be relatively cool. It'll be easy to touch. It'll be easy to cut apart. And then I will put it into a warm oven when I'm ready to eat it. If you're like, Stephen, I don't have that much time to sit there and roast a chicken. First off, the oven's roasting the chicken. Second off, you can cook the chicken a day ahead of time, especially if you're serving this as a party or an event. Cook it a day ahead of time. Pull it out, let it come up to room temperature, pop it into a warm oven, warm meaning 200 degrees, not roasting hot oven, and then voila, just like magic, you have roast chicken. There you go. My chicken has been in the oven now for 15 minutes at 375. I'm just gonna douse it with that good concentrated lemon juice that I got from my grocery store, because lemons are expensive up here in this far northeast region. You'll see those eggplant and this squash. That's right, my oven's gonna do double duty. Here it is, I'm temping it, and I'm setting my timer to beep at me when it's done. Now it's done. I'm gonna let it sit on the counter until all of the juices have come out, drain those original drippings, and then break apart my chicken. So I go into the thigh, pop the bone open, and it basically peels off. Again, this is at room temperature, so I'm not burning my hands. Isn't that just so lovely? It is. Take the wings off. You can leave the wings on if you want, because we're turn everything into a broth, and then basically carve down, turn your knife, and just gently peel. Again, it's room temperature. You could probably do this without the knife. Peel the breasts off, peel the legs off, split the thighs and legs in half. Look how easy this is. The chicken will all be put to the side. We will deglaze our pan with a little bit of wine, put it over a heat very gently, scrape all of that up, get all of that fond up, then pour all of this onto our bones and roasted veggies, put that to the side, gently warm up our chicken. I did a little roasted tomatoes and roasted potatoes, and I'm putting some zug in it. You can buy that on our website. That's how we make money. I'm gonna toss that all together. Put a smear of Caesar salad dressing on the side. How editorial, how restaurant. Place the chicken, and voila, it's delicious. Have fun with that one. So we're on to day 2. We will be making guarachis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and I apologize if I am saying it incorrectly. As you have read from my blog, not every ingredient is the same. So this holds true with masa. If you are fortunate enough to live next to a Whole Foods, I highly recommend you please go and get some Masadina masa. It is an exceptional product. It makes this whole dish. It's just really good. If not, don't stress. Just buy some normal masa and proceed along with the what we're throwing together. Don't really want to call it a recipe, because honestly, it's just kind of what I have in the refrigerator at the time. Throw it together, put some cheese on it. Another point, if you're feeling stressed and you don't want to have to hand roll all of this, give yourself a win. Just do nachos. It's a perfectly acceptable dinner in my mind. For the refried beans, we'll add some oil, our beans, heat it up, mash it up, add some salt and pepper, and that's about it. For the masa, we'll do a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 cup water, 1 cup masa. Mix it, let it rest for 10 minutes, and then adjust. This is what we will be topping everything with. The squash that we roasted yesterday, some cabbage. Did you catch those walnuts? Those are important. We'll roast those as well. This cabbage we're going to saute with a little bit of chipotle powder and some cumin. I'm chopping up some roasted red pepper, and now I'm doing a squish test. So if it cracks on the edges, that means it needs a little bit more water. So I just added a little bit more water. Again, it should be wet and pliable, but not sticking to my hands. Then we're going to create a pinch pot, fill that with beans. Voila, those beautiful refried beans that you seasoned ever so perfectly, those ones. Put that in, tie it all up, make it into a little football shape. There we are. And then use a grocery bag. I am using Market Basket because I live in the Northeast. Sandwich it in there. That's right. Just push it down ever so gently. And then we're going to use a rolling pin without really applying any pressure. So we want these to be about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I don't know how big that is. You know, whatever. Here, I'll pick it up for you, hopefully, and show you. There you go, about that thick. Then plop that into a pan with a little bit of shallow oil. I put too much, so don't do that much. This is exactly how much oil you want until they're crispy on both sides. They're delicious, these things. Then we're just going to top it. So we'll grab our horchatas, that's how you say it. We will put then some beautiful cheese. This is that yummy kind of yellow melting soft cheese. Mozzarella also works. Our squash, our cabbage, our more cheese, some roasted red peppers, and then some roasted walnuts. Did you miss that? We were supposed to do roasted walnuts. Here it is, and it is phenomenal, everyone. Very delicious. Let's get schnitzel. So I do not have a meat pounder. I will be using just a clean saute pan. My pork does have a bone in it, so we're gonna have to cut that out. For my dark green for this meal, I'm going to be cooking up all of this escarole with a little bit of garlic and some capers, and then we'll reuse it in another dish down the road. I will be serving it with this delicious sauerkraut that you can buy on my website. And let's get started. There's going to be some other seasoning and some other stuff. Okay, really, let's get started. To a hot pan, I'm adding some butter. A lot of garlic, and a good amount of capers. And then guess what? I'm going to saute that and then add my escarole. For all of you out there, here's a little life moment. Wash your escarole twice. Don't come at me in the comments and be like, I didn't like it, it was sandy. Wash it. You got to wash that stuff at least twice. That was a cup of your choice of wine or water. We allowed it to simmer and steam for 5 minutes, then we pulled the lid off. Here I am, I'm going to whack. I'm gonna whack the pork chop. So again, thing to note, you don't need to take the bone out. Actually, I preferred it with the bone in, and also maybe invest in a meat pounder like I should have. We're gonna season this with a little bit of coriander, some sesame seeds, and mustard powder, and then we're going to finish with onion powder. That's it, maybe a little salt. Whisk up an egg, dredge that pounded out schnitzel in some flour, then dredge it again in eggs. Yes, your hands will get a little sticky. Now add some panko as you just saw, and then put the eggy bit. So you see both of them got floured, and then both of them got egged, and then they went into the panko-y flour bit. And now we're gonna test to see if our oil is hot. It is. You wanna know why? Because I also sprinkled some flour in it. There you go. See, that's a good way to check and make sure that it's hot. Now put your schnitzel in. We are going to double fry this. So we're going to fry on one side to set the egg and set everything. And then we're going to flip the first time. And then we're going to, you see, flip it again. So we can flip for color. It is beautiful, this stuff. It's crispy, it's delicious, it's yummy. That's our escarole. We are going to season this like we would a salad because it is a green vegetable. So a good amount of olive oil, good amount of lemon juice, and escarole loves salt. So be sure to add a fair amount. Here we are, the escarole, a little bit of juice. Don't use all of it. Some of that sauerkraut that you can buy on my website. Oh look, maybe a little mustard that you can also buy on my website. And enjoy the schnitzel. It's delicious. I want to eat it all over again. It is time for the broth. Cozy, wonderful, warm, delicious broth, chickeny deliciousness. Anywho, so what we're going to do is you'll see we will take those bones and that wine reduction that we have, or the wine scrapings, we'll pour that into a container, put some water on it, and let it, again, this is passive cooking. So we're gonna let it slowly bubble until it starts to fall apart, and then we'll strain everything out and build up with a bunch of veggies. And again, I'm using couscous. You could use a pasta, you could do a potato in here, but a starch does help and go a long way. We will also be incorporating Caesar salad dressing. You'll see I almost missed it there at the end, and we'll swirl a big spoonful of Caesar salad dressing. You could do this while it's still in the pot. That would make more sense. But again, swirl a big spoonful of Caesar salad dressing into the broth, and it will give it this beautiful, kind of velvety, luxurious mouth texture and fattiness. It's a really good one. Enjoy. This one is silly simple, so get some thumping music and have a good time. Put everything into your pot, put some water to cover it, maybe add some wine, bring it up to a boil, drop it down to a simmer, and let it just go for an hour. Just forget about it. Just walk by and be like, you're pretty, you're gonna be delicious. That's more of a boil, should have been more of a simmer. Here is everything that I will be putting into it. See that escarole that we already cooked. I'm gonna chop up these mushrooms, plop them in there, make sure that they cook for half an hour, add my pasta or whatever starch, make sure that that's fully cooked, then add my escarole, my tomatoes, ideally at that point swirl in the Caesar salad dressing, and then I'm gonna just enjoy this like you wouldn't believe. It's like leave your windows open, fall night, just perfect, perfect food. Enjoy that. So we are on to the Caesar salad itself. Woo! You will learn how to dress your bowl first. That's right, you should be dressing your bowl with dressing before you put your lettuce in it. There's a fun little thing for you to know. It gets you a more even coating, especially for these heavier dressings. Yes, we are kind of going Caesar with the dressing that we had in the broth yesterday and now with the Caesar salad. Today, I had every intention of doing a lentil dish in between these two, and I just forgot. You know, it happens. So on our 7th day, we're gonna have leftovers. But tonight, we are going to have Caesar salad with some mushrooms and some raw onion. Super simple, really quick, great win of a dinner for me because I clearly am too busy and I forgot something. Here is everything that is going into my salad except for a little red onion and, oh, there it is, and of course the lettuce. So oil the side of your bowl and then toss your croutons in. You want big croutons. You want them to almost be a challenge to chomp into. Roast those while they're still hot, toss it in those drippings, and set that aside so it all starts to soak up. Then dress your bowl. You see this? You see what I'm doing? I put the Caesar salad dressing on the outside of the bowl, then I will pour my lettuce in, then I will put a plop in the middle of Caesar salad dressing, then I will toss. This way we don't have to beat up, oh, also add some salt. This way we don't have to beat up the lettuce to get it dressed. Add a good amount of pepper and enjoy that one. Those croutons, we were like oohing and ahhing over them. It is the last day of the week-long cooking, so congratulations, you made it. Woo! You deserve a win. So we're gonna do a very simple bean bake. That's right. We're gonna put some fish on it. You can put other things on it. It's delicious. Let's make it. The recipe for this will be posted on our website. Buy those cranberry beans off my, oh, there's some bacon. We're gonna cook this all in bacon. Buy some of those cranberry beans off my website, please. That's how we make our money. We're using the power of mirepoix. So carrots, onion, celery, little garlic. There's some fennel in there and some thyme and a fair amount of, you're right, a fair amount of bacon fat. So we're waking that all up. It smelled so beautiful. Like, take a bath. Rub it all over me, beautiful. We sweat our mirepoix. We're adding in our tomatoes. We're adding in a little Aleppo pepper, a little paprika. We're gonna cook that all down to concentrate it, and then we're gonna add our beans. This will all go into a largish vessel, and then we're going to pour water just to cover. This will then go into a 325-degree oven for about 2 hours. It should look like that. We're gonna taste and season it right now. So when we're tasting it, we're checking for the starch level also of our beans, which ours was like, needed another 45 minutes. Oh, look at that. There's that lovely lemon juice that we like. So that helps to kind of cut the bacon fat and all of that. So we salted. Now we're going to peel some potatoes. If you don't have a mandolin, yes, you can use a knife. Watch. See how I flattened it? And there we are. I have a flat surface to work off of. Now we will do a scallop, round beautifulness of potatoes, salt in between those layers, then continue to layer our potatoes. I did 3 full layers. Do as many as you want. Just do 1. Don't do the potatoes. Goes back into the oven at around 350, 375. I don't like skin on my salmon. That's it. I just don't. I don't. So here I'm just peeling a little bit so that I can get a nice toe hold, I guess a thumb hold, and then I'm going to pull that and then let my knife do the work by just pushing forward and pulling back, and it should all come off in one simple bit. We're going to salt that, we're going to pepper that, we're going to add some paprika, because if you know me, I don't like salmon, and if I'm going to eat it, it should look like how real salmon should look. That's a little bit of rosemary just because it made me feel better. And this is what it looks like. I cooked that to about medium because by the time that we get around to eating this, it'll have cooked all the way through. Little fresh herbs on top, a little bit more of that yummy lemon juice, some molten salt, and that's it. This makes an amazing next day lunch. Well, that is it. That is the whole week. Okay, 6 days, not a full week. I missed one. We will be doing this once a month. So add into the comments if there is something that you would like to learn how to make, something that you would like to incorporate into your weekly meals. If you are interested in a grocery list, let me know. I will try and start to do those as well. And if you want more structured recipes, let me know that as well. Anywho, hope you enjoyed. Bye.